And Porterfield! Oh, Porterfield has scored!
A block by Tommy Wright, Phillips again! And Sunderland has...
And Kevin Ball holds that trophy aloft for the second time.
Hello, how are we all getting on? So we're back with another video. So another international break, which for me has just come at the right time. Although we do remain 9 games unbeaten and top of the league on goal difference, we've had a bit of a poor week. You know, drawn our last 3 games. We drew 0-0 at QPR, then 0-0 at Preston, and then a really poor 2-2 home draw with Coventry. Now combine that with the injuries and suspensions that we've got now to the likes of Romain Mundle and Alan Brown, who are looking like they're going to have lengthy spells on the sidelines. Mundle, rumours are it's a hamstring injury, and Alan Brown, rumours are it's a broken leg. But we'll have to wait and see when the official diagnosis comes out. You know, it was always going to be impossible to get to that 19 game target without losing some of those players that were on 4 yellow cards. But the injuries just add insult to that, really. So now, you know, Regis Lebris is now facing probably his toughest test as Sunderland manager so far. Now, we always knew that our form would probably take a dive at some point in the season. Now it looks like it's going to be our turn now. Like I say, even though we are still unbeaten, we've only played one good half of football in 3 games really. But if we're being honest and if we're being realistic, if anybody had said that we'd be top of the league after 15 games, you'd have called them absolutely crazy. So, you know, still positive signs, still over the moon, still couldn't be more happier from where we are this season. But having said that, the last 2 games have had me questioning Regis Lebris for the first time this season. The team selection against Preston was very strange, to say the least. You know, switching that front 3 round, moving Isidore to the left, bringing in Tommy Watson to the right, and playing Connolly through the middle, dropping Mundle and Roberts was a very, very strange decision. Now, surely, you know, you play your strongest team, get the game won, and then make substitutions to rest players ready for the next game. So it was a very, very strange decision. Switching Isidore to the left completely nullified our attacking threat, because Connolly struggled in the games that he's played so far, you know, but it's early doors for him anyway. But Wilson Isidore looks like he can score in every game, and moving him out on the left hand side kind of took away that threat straight away. Then the subs and the tactics against Coventry also had me scratching my head, you know, big style. After, you know, a fantastic first half, two of the probably best goals we've scored this season. Dennis Serkin, what a strike. And Wilson Isidore, do you mean what a goal that was? If you're saying Chris Riggs' reaction, even put his hands on his head, he couldn't believe it. It was a fantastic finish. But when you're winning 2-1, to then switch to a back 3 was a crazy decision in my eyes. It invited pressure. We sat back and we paid the price big time. And again, we brought Connolly on and moved Wilson Isidore to the left. Again, totally nullified our attacking threat. For me, we should have brought Eliza Mienda on with a bit pace to stretch their back line, but it didn't work out. So that was a really, really strange tactical decision, and I'm just wondering if Dodds and Proctor had some influence in that. But for me, the result proves it certainly didn't work. The second half, we were awful. We were really, really awful. Sat back, sat deeper and deeper, and like I say, it paid the price. Now, I'd also love to know what the issue is with young Milan Alexic. He's been on the bench for every game since we signed him, but he's not kicked the ball yet. He's not had any minutes whatsoever, I think, apart from 60 minutes in the under-21s. So it's a very, very strange situation with him, as to why he hasn't been getting minutes, or why he's not been getting a look in. Why put him on the bench if you're not going to play him? Now, we're now going to have to make wholesale changes against Millwall, a team who were very much in form, unbeaten in 7. They beat Leeds and Burnley in the previous 2 home games, and they got a draw away at Stoke last weekend. I will be covering that match in a bit more detail in the preview video next week. But the lineup against Millwall is going to look very different and could look something like this. Luke O'Nien could switch to right back to replace the suspended Trey Hume. Dan Ballard coming in at centre back alongside Chris Meckham. Alexic could possibly get his first start. If not, Harrison Jones, who's been on the bench a few times, might get a start. But I'm hoping that Alexic can get a start. Isidore will probably be moved to the left to replace Mundle, with Tommy Watson on the right to replace the suspended Patty Roberts and Eliza Mienda or Aaron Connolly up front. Me personally would like to say Eliza Mienda. I just think at this moment in time he offers us more of a goal threat than what Aaron Connolly does. We've also yet to see the likes of Saleh Samed and Ahmed Abdullahi. Not kicked the ball yet, both still recovering from long-term injuries. Also Ian Paveda, he's proven to be another waste of a signing. He's only made 3 substitute appearances since we signed him in the summer on a free transfer, and the reports about him being made of glass seem to be, somewhat true. The last time we seen him, he came on a sub. I think he was on for about 5 minutes, kicked the ball and went off injured. So Regis Labris said that it's going to take some time to get him back on the pitch to make sure he's fully right before we'll try and bring him back again. But for me, it's another waste of a signing. But overall, the season so far is still far exceeding any expectations what I had. I couldn't be more happy with where we are. Stay at top of the league. Hopefully this international break can see the players come back refreshed and ready to go again at the Den against Millwall. The likes of Job and Chris Rigg are fulfilling the potential and more. That means I will be a very nervous Sunderland fan sitting here in January. If we were to lose them, would be a massive blow to our season, and for me would also show the ambition of Christian Speakman and KLD. In an ideal world, I'd love us to get promoted this season. Rigg and Job give us a season in the Premier League and then move on to bigger and better things if it doesn't work out. But there's already reports that Borussia Dortmund are looking at Job, probably potentially following in the same footsteps as Jude, taking that route. And West Ham have been linked with a move for Chris Rigg as well. So, we all know with the inflated prices in January, if there's big money on offer from them 2 clubs, then chances are they'll both go. But I really hope that's not the case. But overall, like I say, City absolutely buzzing looking at this league table. 7 points clear of 7th place Middlesbrough. And if we can stop in the top 6 and get to the playoffs this year, I'll be more than happy. The playoffs would have been probably a maximum achievement this season, looking at where we were. An outside chance of the playoffs at best. But like I say, we're far exceeded anything any Sunderland fan could have imagined so far this season. But let me know what your thoughts are on the season so far. Where can we finish this season? Who is your player of the season so far? For me, my top 3 would be Job, Chris Rigg and Wilson Isidore. Wilson Isidore being a revelation since we played him through the middle. What a fantastic decision that proved to be. He scored some wonderful goals already, and long may it continue. So let me know what your thoughts are on the season so far and who's your top players that you've seen on the pitch. Now, just before I go, here's an update on the shirt competition following last week's games. So John Ruddock and Mel Lacey are still top with 25 points. Tim the Minion's got 24, Peter Smith 23, Chris Carter-Jackson, Kenneth Allen on 22, Gary Dunn's on 20, David Williams and Gary Hoyle and Stuart Macker on 19, Banks and Bell, Bill Hanley, Dave Common and Uncle Regis is on 18, D Hall, Ria Knighter on 17, Ibrahim Al-Mutawaz on 16, with Brian Grainer and Elizabeth Hare both on 15. So that is your top 10 in the shirt competition. Now, finally, as you know, I have stopped promoting the shirts on LU Soccer, but I have now joined up with Fanatics. Now, Fanatics is the official Sunderland retail partner. They're a massive company, and they've sent me some great offers to promote, and they're all in the links. The links down there are in the description below. Click on them; they'll take you straight to the promotion. They've got some of the new shirts, the retro shirts, basically everything what you see in the club shop. They are Sunderland's official retail partner, so they're a big company. And with Black Friday coming up and Christmas, you might get a bargain using one of them codes. Also, please don't forget to check the Retro Hub. You know, they're still producing some great merchandise. Again, with Christmas coming up, they've got some discount codes on there. So have a look and get yourself a bargain up towards Christmas. So that's just left for me to say, you know, please like, share and subscribe to the channel. It will cost you absolutely nothing. Hit that sub button now. Be greatly appreciated. It will really help us get the channel out to more and more Sunderland fans. Watch out if you can for the match preview video for the Millwall game, which will be coming up next week. But until then, you know, enjoy the break. See you, rest, recover, and we'll get back to league ways next weekend. But thanks for watching. Take it easy, stay safe, and we'll speak soon. Ta-ra.